Let's start, ladies and gentlemen, with the one number that matters most this year when it comes to the midterm elections, and that's the president's approval rating. Gallup has put up its quarterly review. You look at the chart there. That's from day one of the Obama administration. He started at 63. He is at the end of quarter 21. The president has been in office now for 21 quarters. Can you believe that? At 42.4%. So one of the questions is, if you're a Democrat, you want him closer to 50. In a midterm election, history tells us a president in the low 40s means his party's going to take a beating come November. What's the biggest concern at the White House about trying to nudge that up?
I mean, the White House obviously has seen, that some of these numbers would be dragged down from the rollout of the health care law. That's gotten better with the announcement last week, of 8 million enrollees. So they're, I think, very optimistic that these numbers will go up and that the president will not be a drag in his party. But the question is just how much better do things get? What happens perhaps in this tour to Asia that he is about to embark on? What can kind of nudge those numbers up and help out some of those Democrats in vulnerable states who are trying to weigh the decision on whether or not it's smarter to cling closer to this president or perhaps tactically distance themselves?
And the last time we went through this, Robert, in the 6-year context, the second-term president, the six-year itch midterm, they call it, was George W. Bush. He was at about 38%, and he could not move the numbers. The Iraq War unpopularity was going up, and Bush, no matter what he tried, he just couldn't move the number. This president, as Wanda says, he has some foreign policy trips that they're hoping the unemployment rate finally sinks in with voters out in the country. They hope by September, October, health care is more palatable anyway. Maybe it won't be perfect. But when you look at the map, one of the president's problems is we look at a national number, 42.4%, but the big Senate races are in places where he's already at a disadvantage, right? Arkansas, Louisiana, places he lost twice.
That's exactly right. And I think the president's he's had some positive news with Obamacare and the new enrollment numbers. But the question is, that may be helping his numbers inch up a bit here nationally, but in those red states, how is that helping Democrats, especially those vulnerable Democrats? I'm not seeing that really a major boost. Even if the president goes up 3 points, 5 points, is that going to really help Mark Begich or Mary Landrieu? I'm not so sure.
Let's keep an eye on it, though. It is inching up a little bit. We'll see. If it inches up a bit more, he may start getting a few more invitations in states that are marginal. Not the deep red states, but the more marginal states.